Game. If we want to get questions going, we'll take the first one from Darnell. Darnell, go ahead, please.
Thanks, Matt. Yeah, Billy, you guys got down 20 early in that second quarter. What did you think led to the comeback, and what did you tell your team after the game?
Well, I thought a big part of it was the three-point shooting by them, and you got to give them credit. I think they made 8 threes in the first quarter. Some of it was them, some of it was us. I thought when we got into the second quarter, we had better presence on the ball, against Lillard and McCollum. I thought they were just getting to spots wherever they wanted to, and they were getting a lot of clean looks off. They, really didn't put them under much duress. That second quarter, I think they were 3 for 11 from three. That certainly enabled us to get back in the game. And I think it was maybe a 9-point game, 7-point game at the half. And then we just kind of kept fighting. I think for most of the third quarter, it stayed between 6 and 9, and we just kept battling and battling and battling. I think it was a good game for our guys to get them to understand the swings in games. And if you just kind of stay the course and keep battling, you can kind of make some plays and get yourself back in the game, and that's what we did. And I thought we had some opportunities late. I think we were up by 6, and I think Thad had a charge. I was thinking about challenging. I don't know if it was a charge or not, but I didn't. And then we had another shot, I think, in the lane we missed. So we did some good things. We just couldn't put the ball in the basket. And then obviously we fouled a couple times, which put them to the free throw line. But I think the guys just had a real good disposition, even when we were down, about what we had to do to get back in the game, and that it wasn't going to come back in one possession, that we're going to have to, work our way back into it.
And the gist of your message to them post-game?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I hope it's a good message, from the standpoint of, when you get down. I think I've mentioned this to you guys before. There's generally about a 23-point swing in NBA games, with a team being up 11 or 12 points and being down 11 or 12 points. It's going to happen. You've got to be able to work through those situations as a team. And I think when that adversity hits and there's momentum swings, there's no reason to hang your head and get down. It's part of the game. And you've got to be able to compete through those moments. And I thought our guys did a good job of competing and kind of staying the course.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, Casey, you got the next one. Go ahead.
Billy, this is the third time in 8 games you've had 7 players in double figures. When you were envisioning how you guys were going to play this season, did you think you'd get this much kind of scoring depth this early?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know Casey, certainly with the early start of camp and not much, build up to some preseason games, guys on our team dealing with some injuries, illnesses, those kind of things. You just didn't know how it was going to go. But I think I did mention from an identity standpoint, I thought the group needed to play off each other. Like, I thought Denzel came in and did an unbelievable job offensively tonight in terms of generating shots for other guys. He made some incredible passes. I thought our ball movement in the second half was really, really good. And we generated a lot of action downhill towards the basket. I thought the ball moved around really well. And when that happens, I think you're going to start to see, multiple players. You like to have 5 to 7 guys every night in double figures just for balance, where you don't become so, trying to rely on one person. And again, like that, Zach had a hot hand against Dallas. You certainly want to play that. But, they did a good job on him tonight. I thought Zach really played a really good floor game in the first half. He had 8 assists, 8 of our 12 assists. So he was trying to read the defense. So, like I always tell guys, like, some nights it's your night, some nights it's not, based on what the defense is playing, how they're playing, what they're trying to take away. I mean, Zach's coming up a 39-point game against Dallas. He's probably the first guy they're talking about in the scouting report. They're going to try to take him away and send a lot of people at him. And I thought, read the game and made really good decisions. And when you do that, I think you're going to have hopefully enough guys with some opportunities to shoot the basketball and score some points.
Thanks, Billy.
Yep, you're welcome.
Sam Smith, you're up next. Go ahead, Sam.
Billy, one thing that seemed like stuck out when you got down 20 in the second quarter, Thad drew those 2 consecutive offensive fouls. Seemed to give us some energy. And then Zach, I think, had a couple of steals or a block right after that. And it seemed like those defensive plays kind of turned a lot around. What did you see at that point?
I totally agree with you, Sam, on that. That was a really big – those 2 charges were big, because if they're blocks or 3-point plays, you're digging yourself a further hole. I thought when we went small there, midway through that second quarter, it generated some easy baskets for us. To your point, I think Thad was huge, getting some stops and some steals and some rebounds. And, we got out in transition and we played. But I definitely agree with you that those plays were key momentum-changing plays to help us get some momentum back. And I think in a lot of ways that's how fragile it is sometimes. And, to try to talk to the guys about, like, listen, it's just about making a play, a positive play, and getting some momentum from that play. And to your point, that's what Thad did on consecutive offensive charges, and also, just some things he did on the offensive end of the floor.
Also, Garrett Temple had that big close in the third quarter, and that kept you close getting into the fourth quarter. What did he mean for you too as well?
Yeah, I mean, he knocked down some threes tonight, which were big. He didn't shoot particularly well in the first half, but one of those guys shooting the ball with confidence, and I thought we moved the ball. I thought there were some guys that made some timely shots for us where, to your point, maybe, the momentum was changing in one direction or the other. But Garrett, I thought, played really well, did a great job defensively, wanted to take his open shots, and he made some big ones for us there in that third quarter, closing it to, like your point, get us close to striking distance. And then, we really kind of played well through most of that fourth quarter. I thought our ball movement was really, really good, and I thought we generated some good looks. And, obviously the last play, Thad, Zach created a shot for himself, made a great shot, and Lillard made a great shot to cut it to one. So both teams had guys making plays coming back and forth.
Thanks. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Christos, you got the next question. Go ahead, please.
Hello, Coach. Congratulations on the win. I would like to ask you what it proved this win, especially with the way that you won tonight, and also how crucial was Otto Porter's performance.
I couldn't quite hear you. Could you repeat that again, please? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
Okay. What it means and what it proved this win, especially with the way that you won tonight, and also how crucial was Otto Porter's performance for that win.
Yeah, I think these are all building moments for our group. They're really great experiences to be in. This is a really good team. It's an explosive team offensively. I think I mentioned that before the game. There was going to be a lot of things we were going to have to do, defensively and rebounding wise against this team. There were times in the game we were great at it. There was times in the game we weren't so great at it. But I thought our guys just kept battling and fighting, and hopefully it's something we can build on in terms of a competitive spirit and a fighting spirit. I think that Otto has played really, really well. He's a very bright player. You can play him at multiple positions. So he's been really, really important, and it's great to have him healthy and have him back. Where are you at right now? Because I see sunlight coming out of your window. So is it early morning for you or late night when the press conference? Where are you?
Early morning from Greece, 8 a.m.
You going to bed now?
No. I'm at office.
Okay. Yes.
All right. Does anybody have another question for Billy? All right, Billy, that looks like it's it. So thanks for your time. And we'll be joined here shortly by a couple of our players. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Billy.